Hello, welcome to therapy. I am your co-host, Neva, from the Neva J podcast.
And I am the other co-host, Merrick, from therapy.
You always say that.
I don't know what to say, like I'm from.
From
I'm Merrick from Clyde, New York.
but yeah, so today the drink that we will be making, but not really making, is called APS. And in our line of work, APS stands for Adult Protective Services. And so today we will just be taking shots.
Yes, just one shot. I'll just be taking one shot. I don't know
Of
how
what?
many you're taking, Eva, but I'll be taking one.
One shot of what are you taking? Water?
A shot of water first, a shot of water after. No, I have the Pinnacle with vodka
Oh, okay, yes.
from our first drink, which was,
And our second drink,
what was our first drink?
CPS.
CPS. Yes.
And then our last
Finished vodka
drink
from
was
CPS.
the panic attack. So, yeah, so I'll be taking this little Smirnoff peppermint twist
Ooh.
shot. And I had gotten this. Well, I actually, one of my coworkers have given this to me, and I was so tempted to take it at work, but I didn't.
Good job. Good self-control.
Yeah, I know. I'm so proud of myself because I was like, oh, the day I was having, it would have been well deserved. But I'm like, you know what? I'm on the clock. I'm gonna take this home, and then I put it in the fridge and forgot all about it.
Yeah.
And plus, I don't really like peppermint flavored a liquor like that, anyways. Because my dad had ruined it for me.
Wow.
He he passed down his bartending skills, his
Right.
mixology skills to me. He's still alive, so you know. So look, I know I said passed down, like but he's still here.
I thought you were gonna say he passed out. Like something happened and he passed out. When you said passed, I was like, oh wow, you're like traumatized by the peppermint vodka because your dad passed out.
That man, he can hold his booze like seriously, he can drink, and he and his friends are always trying to get him to like pass out, and they end up passing out and he's still going, and I'm like, why do you guys try this? You will lose this fight. But he had, when I was living in North Carolina, he had, like, my friends and family, they came to visit around like Christmas time, and he travels with a suitcase that opens up and it's like a little bar. Like he has garnishes, like he has those little cherries, he has peppermint leaves, like he has, like, it's like legit, you know. So
That's awesome. It reminds me of like, I don't know what it's from. I think it was like on Saved by the Bell, one of the episodes, but this man has like a jacket on and then he like opens it up and it's like, what do you need? What do you need? Like I got everything here. And that's what it reminds me of. Oh, that's awesome.
that's funny. Or when people open the trunk of their cars, like if you go down to the city and they open the trunk of their car and they're like, hey, I got Louis, I got Coach.
What do you want? What do you want?
Yeah, but yeah, so he had brought his little suitcase with all his liquor and fixins, his little bar, and he was making us drinks, and he was using peppermint schnapps.
Oh boy.
They were delicious, but we had way too many, and like was throwing up. And because we had gone out, it was New Year's Eve, we had gone out and we were throwing up when we got back, and all
Oh,
you could that was coming out was like
peppermint.
peppermint schnapps. And I'm
Ugh,
like, oh, tastes like
peppermint.
mouthwash, you know? And
Yeah.
so after that, like my friend Kate and I, we will not have peppermint schnapps. We're like, he killed it for us.
Yet here we are today.
You know,
And you've chosen peppermint
it was
peppermint
sitting in the
vodka.
fridge, and you know I don't like to waste.
Right, it's taking up
Oh.
space. Let's get rid of it.
So much space.
Yeah, look how big that is. Taking up so much space in your fridge. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
so I'm gonna give it a go.
All right. Without further ado,
Salud. Oh, let's wait till
Wait,
you
I
try
gotta
it. Oh
pour.
gosh. I
I
just
have to take your best shot.
Oh, Jason's shot with the boobs.
Yeah, we do have other shot glasses, but you know, this one's fun. Oh wow.
I have one of those shot glasses with the boobs too.
You do? You should
Uh-huh.
break it out.
Hold on,
All right.
let me grab it. I had gotten it from
Oh,
Ocean City, I think, or somewhere.
yeah. Ours came from the Outer Banks, I think. Yes, Outer Banks, North Carolina. Ah, I miss the Outer Banks.
Yeah, ours was from Ocean City. Look at this.
Oh yeah, you got one too. Does it say take your best shot?
No, it says drink till something because it wore off because I stupidly put it in the dishwasher.
Oh. So we'll just make it up. Drink till you pass out.
Drink till I look real. Alrighty.
They look like this. Okay.
Four.
Yeah, I always wonder, like, is that an actual wow, so there's more than a shot in those. That's not an ounce in there?
Merrick, I didn't even know. I literally thought this was just a shot.
I did too. How much
And
is that?
And then I put it in here and I'm like, wait, this is covered to the top. And there's still like enough to get a whole nother one in there. So thank God I didn't drink it out of here.
No. Does it say 2 ounces?
I'm trying to see where.
Nothing.
It says 50 mLs.
I don't know how
I don't
many
know what that is.
milliliters are in ounces. All right, are we doing this?
Yeah. Oh God.
I have a chaser of water.
Alone is killing me.
Okay. Cheers.
Salud.
Actually, that's good.
Mm.
That was it's like a marshmallow in my mouth.
This is all right, and then the aftertaste hits you, and it tastes like
yeah.
It tastes like it tastes like a candy cane.
Mm. Yeah, I was gonna say like a good chaser for that would just be to like suck on a candy cane. And for mine, like a marshmallow. Like I would totally do this and then like a toasted marshmallow or something.
A s'more. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be good in like a s'mores flavored drink. The whip pinnacle.
But so the reason why we chose to take shots for APS is because anyone who's in our line of work who's like a social worker, I'm sure they can relate to the frustration that they have had with APS.
Wow.
I don't even know if APS actually exists, to be honest with you.
I know.
Like, is it a thing? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
The other day at work, we were talking about APS, as a matter of fact, because my supervisor was asking something. I don't know. I think she was saying something about, no, it wasn't my supervisor. It was one of my coworkers was saying that they suspect some like elder abuse from some neighbor or whatever. And so they were like, does anybody know like if APS will be helpful if I give them a call? And like I just started laughing. And my supervisor goes, she said that she imagines APS is like just like random people like in an office, and then you call them and then they'll put you on mute and they'll be like, hey, Joe, wait till you hear this one. Yeah, exactly. They're calling for help and they all start laughing.
Yep.
No one helps you. But it literally, that's how it feels like to me.
Yeah. I know we've talked about before, like we both used to work in a hospital, and for a couple of years I worked on like a geriatric floor, medicine surgery. And, you know, we did have a lot of geriatric patients, and it was like, are they going to be discharged home? Are they going to need to go to a rehab? And that was like our role. The social work's role in the hospital was giving them placement or, you know, arranging for a safe discharge home. And I had this one client who like wanted to go home, didn't really need rehab, but like the family, or like upon like interviewing them further, we realized like the home situation, like it wasn't good or healthy. I can't remember what it was, but like the family basically said like, no, like my grandma is a hoarder. Like you can't even get her in the room. You're not going to be able to like leave her there or whatever. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, what are we going to do? Like someone was like, oh, Merrick, like maybe you should call APS. And I hadn't worked with like the geriatric population before this job. So I was like, okay, yeah, like, is that like CPS? Like, who exactly do I call? Where do I get that number? And I probably just like searched it, whatever. So I call APS, and they were already aware of the client, like the patient. They like knew the name. They're like, oh, she's in the hospital. We'll be right there. Like, we'll come and talk to her. And then like upon, further meeting with them, like when they did come to the hospital, they're like, yeah, she is a hoarder. It's a really bad case. We've already cleaned out the home once. We're sorry to hear like it's in a bad condition again. Like, we're not sure we're going to be able to do it again. Because it took so much like resources to begin with.
Yeah.
And I can't actually remember what happened, but that was one of my first experience with APS. And it actually like,
that sounded like a good one.
Yeah, this old woman actually like was the APS worker and came to the hospital, and yeah, I was like, oh, you're APS, you work for APS, like, okay. And yeah, I can't remember, but they did actually help. We eventually obviously discharged the patient, but I'm not sure how much they actually did.
Wow, but that sounds like a good one, like a very good experience you had. I have not had any.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've also had the same similar experience to you in that like they don't do anything. Oh no, we can't help with that. Oh no, we don't do that. Oh, like, yeah. Or you don't even reach anybody. Like,
exactly. It's like the first challenge is getting a hold of anyone.
Yeah.
Because all you get is voicemails.
Right.
And you leave like 700 messages and they don't call you back.
Yeah.
So it's like getting a hold of someone is number one. Once you get a hold of someone, to actually get them to do something, like basically they'll ask you, is the person of sound mind? And if you say yes, and they're like, well, then they have the right to self-determination. And if that's how they want to live, then I'm like, what? They're being like abused by their caregiver or their family. And they're just like, they have, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
They're not very helpful at all.
So that's why we decided to take a shot today. Because with APS, when you call them, you're literally taking a shot. It's like a shot in the dark.
Mm-hmm. A shot on whether or not you get somebody. A shot on whether or not they return your call. A shot on whether or not they're going to help you at all. And most of the time they know these people you're calling about.
Right.
We're like, oh, Karen, yes. Yeah. We've seen several calls for Karen. Have you done anything? No.
Yes.
Can't do anything about that.
And after taking a shot with calling them, you need
a shot. Because they don't do jack. So that's
fitting.
I seriously wonder if they are even still here.
I know.
Like,
yeah. I'm like knocking on wood though, because I'm like, I hope I don't have to call them anytime soon. But we work with kids, so I don't really feel
we'll be calling the other agency. That's not very helpful.
Yeah. We've already had that CPS streak.
Yeah. But what is helpful is Office for Aging. Yeah. I have to say that out there. So if you do work with the geriatric population, which I used to do work in the home with them, I found that the Office for Aging, so each county will have your own Office for Aging, and they are fantastic. Even if they have all the resources. So even if they can't physically do something, they'll like point you in the right direction to be able to get whatever it is that your client needs done. Yeah. And they offer so many services, like they have Meals on Wheels. They have like friendly visitors. I don't know how it looks now with COVID, but I know prior to COVID, like they literally had volunteers who can go in once a week and visit with the elderly, just so they have like someone to sit with them, because a lot of them are lonely. And so they like really have awesome services there, Office for Aging. Yeah. And I always said if I had married rich, or if I ever become rich, which that's not happening, I'm a social worker. If I didn't have to work for a living, I would volunteer for Office for Aging. Like that's what I would want to do. because all the services they offer, I just really truly think they're great, and I would want to be part of that.
Yeah, and obviously, like when you're calling, well, APS, CPS, or the Office for the Aging, like you're in need of help, like you're wanting something. And a lot of times I feel like CPS and APS like can't really offer anything. And we're like, here we are like dealing with obviously a difficult situation and you can't offer us anything. But I feel like the Office for the Aging, like they really do. They have a lot to offer.
Right.
So they're going to hear your story, hear what's going on, and give you something, some referral, send you someplace where we can feel like we're helping.
Right.
So yeah.
I honestly, now that I think about it, I feel like I have already volunteered for the Office for Aging, and so has my husband. My husband's always volunteering his time, and later on into our virtual bar, we'll get to our significant others and drinks that we have made in honor of them. But we were living at our last house. We lived at in a neighborhood that was predominantly elderly people, and I think we were the youngest ones in that neighborhood. And my husband would be like building ramps for people in that like building them ramps so that they can get out of their house. He would be like going to fix things in their house, and I would get home from work and he'd be like, babe, can you go to 17 Frederick and go talk to them about like services that are available to them? They're looking for like home care services. And I'm like, I just got out of work and you want me to go talk to them and offer them resources like I'm working? And he goes, well, I told them that you would be there around that time. They're looking for some like connections and stuff. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? I know. So like he used to do these things, and literally our neighbors that lived like right across the street from us, they would call him all the time when she would call him when her husband would fall in the tub or whatever, and he'd go and take him out of the tub, put his pajamas on, put him to bed.
You guys have been volunteering already.
Yeah, I'm like, he works for the Office for Aging.
And not only does he volunteer, he volunteers your services as well. I like that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but he has a good heart. Just like, I just wish you wouldn't bring me into this.
If you want to volunteer your time, I already feel like with our profession, I already feel like I've like volunteered. Like my profession in and of itself is like me volunteering.
Right.
So a lot of times I'm like, no, like I already give so much.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And even when you're off the clock, you're giving. Like even with my family, I'm like doing all these case management things for them, and I'm just like, so I do work for the Office for Aging. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I just remembered I do volunteer for them. Yeah, but that has been our experience with APS.
Yeah.
Your intern, was it? No, not your intern.
No, one of the seniors doing the research paper. Is that what you
did? What? How was that?
Yeah. So I just, after our recording last week, I had just, answered all our questions, put them in written form, and let her know, like, I had the opportunity to talk to a colleague of mine and to get another social worker's perspective on things too. And she was like, just so appreciative. And, she just said, it's great. And I said, let me know if you need clarification on anything or you need me to elaborate or more information. But she's like, no, this is awesome. Like, thank you. So got what she needed.
Nice. Did you ask her if she was trying to learn how to lie?
Yeah. No, but I did talk when I was telling Jason about it. I'm like, yeah, Neva was kind of suspicious. She's like, I wonder if she's trying to like lie about something and get away with it.
Right.
How to not lie.
Is she trying to see when they're going to catch that she's not really a research student? Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But yeah, so the next drink that we will be making, hold on, let me pull up our menu. Just wanted to explain.
Yeah.
Happy birthday behind me with the little paws on there.
Yeah.
The Paw Patrol happy birthday. Well, my boys, I have twin boys, and their third birthday is tomorrow. But yesterday we had a little family like dinner and cake for them. And so when they were taking their nap, my husband and I had put up some decorations and stuff. And so when they got up from their nap, they're like, wow, it's a surprise.
Oh.
So they were pretty excited about it.
Can you even believe they're 3?
I know.
What?
I know. Seems like yesterday. And just the other day I was thinking, I remember when I came up to see you and I brought them and we went to dinner. Remember?
Yes.
That Hayden threw the napkin.
Oh, onto the other table.
And it fell on the woman's face who was sitting at the other table.
I know. Oh my gosh. Well, that was after we were attacked by bees. And I'm like deathly afraid of bees, but like the bees were flying around Hayden and Hendrix, and you being Mama Bear was like, whoa, like grabbing them out of the sky and killing them. And I was like, Neva, we're in Ithaca. Like people are gonna get upset if they see you killing these bees. And then like each time you like killed one, like 4 more came.
No.
We gotta get out of here.
And it was like what they were swarming around their heads, and I'm like, oh my, and they wouldn't leave. Yeah. And I was like trying to shoo them off and they wouldn't go. But I came home and I was like, oh my gosh, my fingers hurt. And probably got stung.
You were grabbing them with your fist. I was like, oh my God.
My kids alone.
I'm like deathly afraid of bees. And Neva was just calming them. Oh.
Please don't come after me, bee people.
Don't come after you or.
They came after my children, all right? They came for me.
Motherly instincts just kicked in and she couldn't control herself.
I was just trying to make example out of one and say, don't come for me, don't come for my kids. But no,
bees are like
rounded up the troops and they all came.
Yep. All their brothers and sisters, their cousins. I was like, we need to get out of here. This is not gonna end well.
Right.
So yeah, we went inside.
But next week we'll be making the license renewal.
Oh, geez. Okay.
That one's going to be another hoot. And I'm sure all our fellow social workers know how that process is.
Yeah.
So please tune in. We probably will have a guest, another social worker to help and discuss the license renewal. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and try our drinks. Let us know what you think. Oh my gosh, that panic attack last week, I was dead after.
Me too. It was not a good idea. Not at the right time.
Yeah. So let us know what you think of our drinks. It's funny because D came, he opened the fridge and he goes, mango Red Bull. Ooh, he's like, maybe I'll have that tonight and mix it with something. I'm like, don't do it. Like, it tastes yummy, but it really gets all sorts of stuff happening inside of you.
It's like there's a Red Bull inside of you.
Right? Like you get all the feels. This way. Yeah. You're hot, you're cold, you're shaky, you're calm.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is a panic attack, so it makes sense. But so thank you for watching and tuning in.
See you next week.
Yes.